Utah's courts have now voided Amendments A and D from the ballot because they violated the state constitution, leaving only Amendments B and C to be voted on. News specialist Lindsay Ertz has more on the arguments for and against each of those proposed changes.
Now, Amendment B asks if you want more revenue from state trust lands to be used for things like public education. And Amendment C asks whether you want to enshrine that county sheriffs be elected. Now, some recent polling showed that voters in Utah are split on Amendment C.
We want the office of sheriff in the state of Utah to remain elected forever.
The president of the Utah Sheriff's Association says every sheriff in the state supports this change.
Over the years, we've seen a few states that have attempted to make sheriffs appointed, more like police chiefs.
Currently, county sheriffs are elected, but via state law. King County Sheriff Tracy Glover wants the position constitutionally protected.
When different things come up in our state that we feel like need a law enforcement voice, we can voice our opinion freely and on behalf of the people that we represent.
But some online have been leery that the change could embolden the constitutional sheriffs movement. The Southern Poverty Law Center labels constitutional sheriffs as an anti-government far-right extremist group who believe that a sheriff's authority supersedes state or federal laws.
I don't think there's any tie there. I don't think there's any concern to be had there.
Sheriff Glover says the change wouldn't give sheriffs any new power they don't already have.
We kept the language very simple to try to just simply protect the office of sheriff as elected in the Constitution.
Meanwhile, Amendment C deals with state trust lands.
Money that is generated off of the land that's in trust goes into an investment portfolio. And that investment portfolio invests over time and has returns over time.
The amendment will ask whether you want to increase the amount of money that's allowed to be paid out from those trust lands from 4 to 5%. The largest beneficiary, Utah's public schools.
Because of strong financial results from both the trust lands and the investment performance, we have a fiduciary obligation to pay out more of the trust today so that we're not disadvantaging today's children versus future generations.
State Treasurer Marlo Oaks manages the investments. He says that if this increase had been in place this past year, Utah could have generated an extra $14 million for schools. So what's the downside?
If people view holding on to more money as more important than paying it out today, then maybe they view it as a downside. But from our analysis, we need to pay out more today.
Now, a recent Noble Insights poll looked at both of these amendments. It showed that almost 3/4 of Utahns support Amendment B, while just over half, about 51%, support Amendment C. Reporting in Salt Lake for KSL 5 News, I'm Lindsay Ertz.
Lindsay, thank you. Well, this just in, Utah Senate President J. Stewart Adams reacting to the Amendment D ruling, saying in part, "We're troubled and disappointed by the court's actions. Unfortunately, the court took an important decision out of the hands of voters and paved the way for governance by initiative. We are committed to finding a path forward because we firmly believe our founding fathers created a republic and that Utah's future should remain in Utah's hands."